Hello there, my name is Valerie White Williams, and today I'm talking about sun sign astrology. Okay, so hopefully this won't be a big rant, but I have to share this. Sun sign astrology is almost a disservice for astrology because most people think, oh, it's my sun sign. Now, again, your sun sign is the gift that you are here to share. It's your hero's journey that you are sharing with everybody on the planet right now. But to consider sun sign astrology as the be-all, end-all is very misguided at best, because it's only one part of your chart. In fact, what I like to think about the astrology signs, it's like ice cream flavors or potato chip flavors. What do you like? Fiery potatoes? Do you like salted potatoes? It's still potato chips. It's still ice cream. To make generalizations about the signs, like Scorpios are horrible people, Geminis are flighty and not to be trusted? No. The thing about astrology, it's a complete chart wheel. I feel that the chart wheel and the house positions are more important than the signs. There, I said it. Because where those house positions show you where you are meant to be and what you need to focus in on this lifetime. That's more important than your ice cream flavor. Yeah, are you vanilla or are you chocolate? It's really nothing. And then what happens is when someone has a complicated chart, so for example, my son is a double Leo. He's a Leo rising and he is also a Leo sun, but he is in the 12th house. So people that have like him, so he's not this cocky, vain, show-off person. You would think Leos think they're everything, right? No, because my son has a 12th house Leo. So people that have their sun in the 12th house, it's veiled, it's underwater. And people that have the 12th house sun is working for the world. It's more of a spiritual placement. And so the vibe of the sun is going to be like underwater. And there's so many other ways that the chart is going to not support the sun sign. In fact, sometimes the sun isn't the most important in the chart. Sometimes the moon has more dominance. It really depends on the whole play around the astrology wheel. So it just makes me want to put my head on a spike and bang my head against the wall, because none of these things are true. None of these things really talk about what you are here on the planet to do and to be. Really, I'm a Gemini, so I have multiple planets in Gemini, and when I discovered and I went to the library when I was a middle schooler, I found the astrology books. I was so excited. And when I found out that I was all this Gemini, and people go, oh, Geminis are flighty, they're like want to date people all the time, and they're fickle. I'm not that. I've always had long-term relationships. So these are generalities that are not true. Even though I have tons of Gemini, I love to talk, I talk about all kinds of things, but I have some stabilizing aspects in my chart which keeps me grounded and keeps me having long-term relationships. I was never that person that dated around, had tons of boyfriends all the time. That wasn't me, because I have some other aspects in my chart that are in the 12th house, which is more private. And so see, that's the thing. So we can't generalize, and especially with dating, oh, I'm a Gemini, so I don't get along with the Sagittarius, or I don't get along with the Taurus. Throw that out the window. Throw it out the window. And then what happens is people go, I don't agree with that. I'm not like my astrology sign. Well, of course you're not. Nobody is. There's too many elements of astrology. So when you're tempted to think about, oh, you know, Sagittariuses are just like jerks, or Scorpios are horrible people. No, just say no. That is not what astrology is. In fact, I wonder if this whole sun sign astrology is popular just to discount the whole astrology science. Because here's the deal. The original astronomers were astrologers. They were. It used to be the same. So then it got kind of parted out and the science came around. But the truth of the matter, the early astronomers were also the astrologers. They were. Because astrology is what is outside of us is also inside of us. Your astrology chart is your blueprint for your incarnation. And so it's not only the sun sign, but everything else. I mean, if you want to put one big thing to make it focus besides the sun sign, you're probably more like your rising sign or your ascendant, because that is your ethical foundation. That's your foundation that sets the whole wheel of motion, except you have to know your birth time for that. So that's why it's much easier to dumb it down to sun sign astrology. But to be honest, it's so dumbed down, it's pointless. It is. Now, some people like me, I'm a Gemini. I talk fast. I have lots of interests. So that is true, but not everybody has that. My husband, may he rest in peace, was a Taurus, but he only had his sun sign in the Taurus, and he had other Gemini, and he had other parts of him. He wasn't that bold Taurus. He was a energetic Taurus. He had a lot of mutable signs. He had Virgo and a lot of Gemini. So that's why we got along. So that is the difference. So normally, Taurus and Gemini don't get along. That's dumb sun sign astrology for you. So just say no to the sun sign astrology. And when people start talking about those things, you can correct them. That is like, it's like talking about your brain in your big toe. That's about as much sense as sun sign astrology is. So just don't go there. Just don't. And if you want to study astrology, get an astrology reading. When I started astrology, I had to figure it out on my own. I had to check out books, and I had to cast astrology wheels on my own. Now you can get an astrology wheel online for free. And so that's what you need to do. You need to look at the whole totality of your astrology chart, because the sun sign is like 1/10 or less the importance of your astrology chart as a total, for sure. So just don't go there. I know this is a rant, but I have needed to say this because it just drives me nuts. Look at your entire chart, because each of that piece of the chart, the moon, the Mercury, your everything is a part of your journey, and it shows you where you are meant to focus on. People get overwhelmed with that. It's not who I am, who I am. It's where are you supposed to be working on in this planet? Where are you supposed to be focused on in your chart wheel? That is your hero's journey. So I hope this made sense. Please let me know. And if you are like me that just hates sun sign astrology, let me know in the comments. We can have a party and like, no, it's bad. All right. And also let me know if this resonated with you, because astrology is complex. Just got to say it. We're all little snowflakes. All right, and I also want to let you know of my 2 free passion projects on Facebook. The first one is YouTube Success Strategies, and that's where I'm coaching people on how to make YouTube work for them. And then the other group is called Creative Soul Alignment, and that's for people that are interested in creativity and spirituality. Because here's the deal, we are all creative, because you make decisions every day, and that's how you create your life. And we're also spiritual, because who else is in the machine? Your spirit, until you leave it. And I've seen that happen. All right, so let me know in the comments, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.